Up to 82% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point in their career. Can you believe that? Up to 82%? Look, I've experienced it. I know many people have, many of my clients have. And what is imposter syndrome? Well, it's really the persistent inability to internalize your accomplishments, right? Your beliefs that you deserve success. You question yourself. Am I capable? Can I do this? Will they believe me? A lot of that is all internal dialogue. And so what I want to do is I want to talk about 3 ways that you can overcome imposter syndrome. So the first one is really to recognize your competence objectively. So what do I mean by that? What it really comes down to is make a list of your skills, your qualifications, and your achievements, right? Put it all down. You may have a resume and you'll look at it, but just write it down. It's more important if you can write it down and put everything down. Put down skills, qualifications, achievements. Write them all down, right? And then really focus on external evidence of your capabilities. You'll see it show up in the different things you've done, the awards you've received, could be emails, thank you notes, the different things that you can do. That's an important part. We don't always recognize that. The second thing I really want you to focus on is reframing negative self-talk. Really notice that inner critic and challenge the irrational thoughts. That happens. I always like to talk to my clients about Eeyore, right? So if you remember Winnie the Pooh growing up, right? Eeyore was, why bother? The tail's gonna fall off. It's gonna rain. I'm gonna get soaked again. Like everything's just down there. And what you wanna do is you wanna think about, how do I replace them with more realistic, positive self-affirmations? One thing that I love to do, and I learned this from Brendan Bouchard, is doorway triggers. And doorway triggers are great. So when you're walking through a door frame, you frame out, like when you're gonna walk into your house, when you're gonna walk into the office or into a meeting, you frame out that positive affirmation. So for a meeting, you're gonna show up, I'm gonna be a confident leader that's gonna have successful communication, then I'm gonna engage all my participants. Boom, you have it. And you could do that coming in. I'm gonna be a thoughtful husband that is present and engaged with my wife and kids. And that way, if you start doing that, it's just a reminder, it's an affirmation, it's a practice. And you can also do other affirmations throughout the day, in the morning. I love doing mine in the morning and then like at lunch. And then the other part is, the third one is to share your struggles. Open up to colleagues, mentors, your coach, friends about your doubts. I remember when I was working with this one colleague and she's like, you're better than this. I know you're going places. And I'm like, I don't see it. But I talked to her about it and she's like, no, you have these gifts, you have these skills, you can do it. So what you need to look at is you have to realize these feelings, right? These feelings of struggle and not being able are common, and they become easier to manage by being aware of them, right? That's the important part. Once you're aware of the imposter syndrome's prevalence, naming the experience, taking proactive steps, you can overcome self-doubt and lead with your deserved confidence. Look, we all have moments where we struggle, that we question our ability, we question our achievements, we question our skills. But if you let it kind of persevere and it keeps coming up, you're going to end up with that imposter syndrome. But it's important when you think back to all of this, when you look at the 3 things, recognize your competence objectively, write them all down, reframe negative self-talk, right? Use the doorway triggers. That's another piece, affirmations, and share your struggles. Listen, if you're dealing with imposter syndrome, reach out. I'd love to have a conversation with you, help you through this. It really comes down to a mindset and really focusing on who you are as a person and changing that negative mindset and that focus of where you are. Have a great day.